Minnesota Vikings bye week is over. Here are 3 areas they have to improve on. All right, welcome back to the Onebar and Lupagus show. I am Lupagus. Minnesota Vikings bye week is over. They play the Cardinals this Sunday. And now that the bye week is over, we're going to look at 3 areas of this team that has to improve if they're going to make this push to the playoffs, if they're going to stay atop the NFC North. Before we do that, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the vids. We are about 25 away from 8,000, so drop hashtag 8,000 in the comments for your chance to win the hashtag 8,000 giveaway we'll be doing here when we do hit that magical number. And also remember, this video is brought to you by Lift Bridge Brewing Company. Find their delicious beer in a liquor store near you. All right, Minnesota Vikings. They're sitting there at 5-1. Arizona Cardinals coming to town, and they got some issues on this team. They're 5-1, yeah, but there's definitely some areas that have to get better, that have to improve. And hopefully they really sat down at the bye week, looked at their teams, looked themselves in the mirror and said, these are the areas we have to be better in if we are going to go ahead and make this playoff push. Let's start with the first one. This one to me is maybe the biggest one actually on this list, but the Vikings have to cut down on these 3-and-outs. We saw it against the Dolphins. I mean, constantly punting the football. Let's just look at where they're ranked. Right now, they are 3rd in the league for the most 3-and-outs on offense per game through week 7. Vikings with 3.17 per game. In comparison, the teams ahead of them, Panthers and the Steelers, a couple of teams that are ass. And you go back and look in the past, 2019, the Vikings were averaging 1.87 3-and-outs a game. 2020 is also 1.87. Last year, it was 3.11. This year, 3.17. And it's really head-scratching when you think of all the weapons on this offense. The Vikings just can't at least move the chains once per series. Obviously, Jefferson, Thielen, KJ Osborne, Delvin Cook, even Irv Smith, Johnny Munt, all kinds of weapons here. But in this offensive-minded genius of a head coach, Kirk Cousins, you can't. You getting 3-and-outs a game. How the hell does that even happen with all these weapons? Hopefully they figured things out, went back to the drawing board, so we can't let this happen anymore. We need to start moving this football every time the offense has it. And number one, I mean, you got to get this defense some rest. And yeah, I'm surprised they didn't wilt in Miami in the heat. They were constantly on the field. You know, move the sticks, move the chains, not only obviously to score points, but points on the football on the scoreboard, but also to give your defense a break. So hopefully the Vikings have figured out a way to cut down these 3-and-outs because it's been brutal and it's been tough to watch. So, and again, it's a surprise with this offense. You think that wouldn't be an issue, but it's definitely an issue. Another issue that we didn't think we'd be having, especially with watching this guy in camp, was Greg Joseph. He just needs to be better. He just needs to be better. He's kicking 69%, making 69.2% of his field goals this year, 9 for 13. He has missed 2 extra points. The Minnesota Vikings, a team that has proven they aren't going to blow anybody out of the water. They're always going to be in a close game. We haven't seen anything to make us think that's going to change. So if you're going to be in these close games, your kicker has to be making field goals. He has to hit every single attempt. Screw it. He needs to be perfect from here on out. I'm going to raise the bar for Greg Joseph. The Vikings cannot afford to leave points on the board. Greg Joseph has to be better. And I think some of the reason why these games have been close is because he has been missing kicks. You look at the Bears game. I mean, he hits a couple of those. This thing's that's a different game right there. And even if you go up 2 scores on a team early, especially a team that's struggling, that's enough to maybe make them start losing confidence. You let them hang around with a 1-score lead. It gives them confidence. It gives them hope. And eventually even bad football teams will start to make a rally and start to push for the win here. So Greg Joseph, I hope he just spent all break kicking and kicking and kicking and kicking. I don't know what it is. If it's a mental thing, what's going on? If it's, maybe it is the holder Ryan Wright. I don't know. But I hope they figured it out. And I hope Greg Joseph is much improved moving forward because I am sick and tired of him missing field goals. And again, is there a better option out there? Probably not. But if he, struggles the next 3 weeks, I don't think it'd be shocking to see the Vikings make a move and try to do something to improve their kicking game. 69% just isn't going to cut it. And the last area the Vikings hopefully are working on throughout the bye, coming up with a new plan, new schemes, is just tighter coverage in the secondary. Enough of this. giving the receivers an 8-yard cushion every single time. I'm sick of soft coverage. Let's go up. Let's make contested balls. Let's make the receivers fight for the football every single time. Will it lead to a big play? Maybe. But it also won't lead to so many damn first downs, these shitty offenses moving the ball against the defense. Let's stay on the man. Let's knock that thing in the air. Let's go and fight for the football. No more easy receptions. Again, it's been, I'll say, a recipe for disaster. The team is 5-1, but you see offenses led by like Skylar Thompson, no problem moving the ball on the Vikings. Andy Dalton, no problem moving the ball. That shouldn't happen. There shouldn't be any success through the air with the pressure coming up front. That should be there. The corners in the back end, you got to play tighter. No more soft coverage. Ed Donatel, hopefully you are a man who's very proud of his defense that he puts out there, and you tell these guys to tighten things up, call them to tighten things up. The soft coverage needs to go out the window. So those are 3 areas the Vikings, boom, need to improve on. Hopefully they did over the bye. We'll see what happens Sunday against the Cardinals. If you have any other areas that you would like to see improved, drop them in the comments. #8000. And always remember to keep your skull in your hole.